Welcome everybody to Let's Build a City episode 53 or 4, I can't remember, but keeping with that sort of unplanned and bit inconsistent theme, I don't actually know what I'm building. Well, I do know what I'm building, but I haven't got a plan. That sort of keeps with the theme of things because I don't usually have a plan, and we've made some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, welcome to today's episode. In this episode we will be building in the housing district. It's just, you can sort of see the outskirts of the city here. Maybe if I just fly in a bit more. But I'm trying to sort of slowly blend the big skyscrapery area to some more sort of residential areas. So in this whole section here will be shops getting smaller and smaller until you reach this part, which we've done some work on at the moment. I did live stream for like an hour last week, I think, where I was just like chatting away to people, and I built a bit of this roof because someone built this house ages ago, but I needed to change it to fit the theming of things. And we've built these ones quite a while ago. So yeah, in this episode we're going to be building another house, although as you see these houses are quite big. I'm actually going to try and build some slightly smaller ones, probably about half the size of this, maybe a bit smaller, but just so we can sort of repeat them, and if we need to we can copy and paste them as well. But without further ado, let's get on to it. We're already a couple of minutes in, and let's do try and keep the episodes down. So let's start with actually trying to make a fence to separate these two properties. So we could get rid of that. What do I want? I want some sort of fence posts which we can use. We'll use stripped spruce. Yeah, those will work well together. So between these two properties we'll have a couple of fences basically. We'll just use these as fence posts now. I think something like that will work. Pretty simple. And then we'll do 3 blocks in between. That just acts as the fence post. And it doesn't have to be that big, just so we can sort of see from the front as well how it will look and how we can sort of separate the properties out as well. There'll be quite a few of these small houses that I'm going to build today. I might just build the one today, but outside of recording I'll probably complete a few more of them, and you'll be able to see they're just going to easily join on to each other. Anyway, so that's our little fence. It works quite well, separates this big old house off from the people of the smaller houses. But yeah, like I say, I've not actually got a plan, so what colour should I use? I sort of do really like that purple, so let's grab that. Let's grab a few different blocks as well. I think that's all we need from there. And from here we'll take some pillars. We'll have that. It's all sort of the same colour palette, so pretty easy. It will fit in nicely. We'll have this lined up with the other houses too. So let's start by building out here. So it's going to be a small house, maybe for like 2-3 people to live in. So we're going to want a nice little window somewhere. I'll probably put the window there. I can also hear an animal. I don't know where it is. I just tried to look for it, but I can't find it, but never mind. So if you hear weird noises, it's not me. There's like an animal somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's a polar bear hidden under... Oh, it's got a name. It's the Polar Defence Force. Oh, right, I see. They're just on patrol there. On patrol. Anyway, let's get into it. So we're going to want to make some nice windows for a start. Probably something like this. It's got to be something fairly simple. Still want a nice level of detail, you know, so that it actually looks like it's been designed. But let's just see what that looks like for the time being. That's our basic sort of window shape. Maybe we'll go up one higher there, and then go across like that. There you go. That's a really nice, easy window, just like that. Let's use that to separate the top bit from the time being. We need a bit for a door, so we're going to put a door in the middle here. And then the door will be probably about that. We only need 3 blocks. We're going to have the door in the middle and a bit either side. So if we go like that, a little step up, and then put the door there. The frame goes around. I can hear that polar bear still. And I think that's okay. Where are we going to have the actual flooring? That's the thing we need to think about quickly. Let's say we're going to use that as a floor. We're probably going to want the floor there. So we're going to want the door just a smidge higher. So we'll go... could go like that, but we don't want it looking like too much of a really like posh entranceway. Maybe we'll have it less sort of ramped. So if we go and use half slabs, it might look just a tiny bit more natural. Right, so that's where we want to get to, I think. I think we want to get to about there. Let's see if that links up with our flooring. Yes, it does. Alright, brilliant. Cool. And then let's just put a door frame in. We'll add some more details to this when we come back to it, but I just want to get the basic shape done first. So there you go. Let's start with the rest of the wall. And like with most designs, we'll just start on the front and then we'll work our way around. Oops, not do that. There you go, we've got to be careful with those pillars. Okay, it does seem very set back, doesn't it, that door? Maybe we should have that forward a bit, like that. Let's get rid of that bit. I think that'll probably work a bit better. Maybe if we get this along the top as well, that breaks up bit of the blockiness, and we can always have some sort of little window like that. There we go, easy job done. And then let's put in this little stairs. Where was the thing that we actually wanted? We wanted these for the roof anyway, so I might as well grab them. I'm just going to put that block there just in case we need to get it back. How are we going to make this look nice? Like that. Maybe we'll go like that. There we go. Yeah, then that doesn't look too much of a grand entrance. Right, okay, then let's simply just copy that on this side. So we're going to go like that. And then I think it's another one. Like so. Then we got that. And that bit. And that's how wide we're going to have the house. As you can see, it's not massive, but it makes a nice sort of, well, it's still quite detailed, but it makes a nice sort of townhouse or a little family house. Not as big as these sort of mansions, but again, still nice enough to live in. So let's whack these down. Like I said, we can make loads of these and have them all in a row, so it will look really cool, and we'll have some different colours and stuff like that. Right, let's do that, and then we want to put the windows in. And a very simple design up top here. That looks nice too. Alright, very simple, but nice and effective as well. So like that, and then I think we'll have the same colour on the top as well for the windows up top. There's no point confusing things too much. I mean, for a lot of these buildings we had, well, I think for all of them we had one colour on the bottom and a different colour up top. I don't think we really need that for this one. How are we going to do this? I might go for a bit of a more standard window look. Let's see how we get on. Maybe if we go put that on top of just a normal window, that'll look alright. Like that maybe. I think that looks okay. And then let's do the same over here. Again, mark out those windows. We're going to go with a simple window size, which is at like 2x3 glass panes. Always looks good. That's the best window shape you can go for. It's just like sort of in proportion to your Minecraft character, really. Right, see that and that. Okay, that's cool. And then that one there as well. Right, now how are we going to do this centre part? We can have that coming out. I think that's what we're going to have to do to make this not look flat, make it look interesting still. So we'll have it coming out like this, and I think we'll have one sort of centre window in somewhere. So we can either do it there, or we can literally have the whole window come out. What looks better? Obviously you can change this up in your own designs. I'm actually going to go for that. What I'm going to do is just change this design up ever so slightly. Maybe that doesn't look too great. How about like that? Let's see. Oh no, that's what we want to do. We want to go like that. Okay, I think that's looking a little bit better. And then we'll go sort of line this up with the other windows. Have that like that. That one goes there. Have that across the top. And we can have that same design that we've got on them as well. Alright, that is looking good to me. And now for the roof. Now the roof is actually going to be slightly tricky because we're not working with a straight line here. We've got this little outcrop that I'm just building on now. So this might take a couple of attempts to do. So we're probably going to have to come out to about there. And we basically want to make that just, you know, your normal triangular roof. Oh, I can't do it for some reason. So let's make sure we build this up like this. Make sure whenever you do build these roofs and stuff, do a different colour on the outside. White usually works. It just makes things look a lot neater. And just, it sort of makes things look more realistic really as well. Right, let's do that. Little white trim around the outside. Do this, and hopefully we'll have this meet up in the middle and it won't be too tall. So we don't want this to look ridiculous in size compared to like the mansions, because this already is taller than all the mansions, but it's actually a smaller thing itself. And okay, so we've got a bit of a problem here. This might happen quite a lot if you're building houses with these sort of peaked roofs, but don't worry. So what you probably want to going to do, rather than knocking everything down and, you know, making a whole new design, you can either go like that, or what I would rather do, let's go like that and then that, and then it sort of still blends in with that same thing. Now how does that look? I think that personally looks quite good. If we sort of built quite a few of these houses as well, it would look even better. But I'm happy with that. So I'm going to start by putting a couple more bits of stone here, just so I can make sure I am happy with that design before we carry on with anything. There we go. There's no rush. We've got plenty of time. It's a smaller build today. Right, there we go. Let's do that. Maybe it's easier to build off something. Alright, so we're going to bring this down. Then we're just going to check what that looks like again. That is a problem when you're building quite, you know, houses that are quite wide. It does mean that the roof peak is going to end up being quite a bit taller. But I think that's sort of in proportion with things. It does look nice. So that's all good to keep. Now what we're going to do is work out where we want this wall. So I'm going to start off with the back. And then if we want to move it forward, then we can. And that's easy enough. So let's start with this. See what it looks like. And we might even want it so it's just poking out the front as well. That's basically, if we sort of zoom back here, that's what the finished product is going to look like. How do I think that looks? I think it looks okay. I might probably go across like that. Definitely add that in. And then maybe we'll go like that as well. Alright, yeah, I like that. And then I think if I put in this, it might help bring the designs together so it doesn't look so plain in this middle part. Yeah, I'm a fan of that, I think. That's cool. And you can always have yourself a little window or something just to put in there to break up, again, sort of break up that plain look. Alright, so that's pretty good. So what I'm actually going to do, actually before I do that, I'm going to go through and add these so there's not too many dark shadows or anything. But what I'm going to do in just a second is I'm going to build the rest in a bit of a time lapse. You can sort of see what it looks like as a finished product. And maybe we'll add in some other bits and bobs. Let's see how we get on. Alright, let's go. Okay, so here we go. That's sort of the finished house in terms of the actual walls and structure. In terms of how far we went back, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 blocks long, and well, you can work out the front bit because we built that together. Right, I'm quickly going to knock through and add in a couple of windows here at the back, just to make sure this property does not look boring from the back as well, because a lot of these buildings that we do, we only have time for the front, but we've got some extra time. There goes my controller. Hold on a second. Okay, we're back with new batteries. Hopefully these ones won't die out all of a sudden. Let's try and find the center here. Oh yes, that's a tricky one, I remember. So let's actually ignore that and use the center to our sort of thingy. Let's actually go like that. Bish bash bosh. Whack something together, you know, doesn't matter. It's the back. People don't care about the back as much, but today we do. There we go. That looks quite nice. Very simple. And obviously, you put your classic little bits up here. You know, you can put your pots on here. You can put other pots on here. Doesn't even matter. Right. And this side, let's do a couple of other ones. In fact, maybe we can put some big French doors in or something like that. So let's go like that. That's very nice. All that's grand and lovely, I was about to say. Alright, yeah, that's cool. Do you know what? Let's just do that. And then let's put some of these big French doors in. We can have them just pushed open slightly. And oh yeah, we've got to keep that there. So how about let's do that bit. In fact, no, do you know what? Let's go like that. And then like that, because then we can put the panes on there. It should still work out quite nicely. So how would we do this? We could always go like that, and it looks like the doors are open. I think that's quite nice. Let's make these just slightly taller as well. Like that. Lovely. Right. Cool. Can Also just put in a couple of extra details just to make this look a bit more homely, and I think we're going to do that at the front as well. We're going to make that, since we've got a bit more time, we're going to make it a little bit more homely around the front as well. So what we're going to do is put a front door in. That's a good place to start. What door do we want? I think we'll go for a classic sort of, you know, that you can't go wrong. It's unmistakably a nice front door. And then we'll go and add in some hedges. So I think oak leaves should work quite nicely for this. So this family can be pretty proud of the way they're doing their garden, making things look nice. Like that. We need to remember they need some back access as well to, well, this fence here. This marks the edge of their property too, so we can have maybe a little gap. Sometimes you see people do some quite nice things with hedges like that, maybe. Oh, now he's going to load in. That's quite nice, I think. How wide was this gap as well? Because maybe we'll replicate that. 1, 2. Actually, were we going to put a house right next to it? I think we'll actually have the next house will be where that block is. If I just quickly mark where the next house is going to be, that's sort of the space between houses. So actually, shall we, for the sake of convenience, have that so that there can be a fence in the middle? Oh no. Right, okay, that's where the next house is going to be. Then we can have a fence down in the middle of that. So, I've already lost it. So it's there, and if I drop straight down, that's where the fence is going to be. Let's line it up here. Did we have it 2 blocks? We just had it 2 blocks. Let's get this fence going. Bit of a problem there, but we'll sort that out by we'll just have a little exit to their garden there, so that's fine. Right, how's this looking? Looking nice. We got the start of our next house there already, and then let's have it so they're slightly, in fact, let me get rid of this bush here. Let's make this, since we've got the fences lined up now, let's make this look just a bit nice and less cramped. Let's have a nice little front garden going. Oops, wrong thing. We'll start off with that to there, and that one to there. In fact, we should probably have that back one rather than having it straight on the thing. Let's set that back one all the way. Oh no, we've got a breach. Right, there we go, and then we can have that there. We'll have a nice garden path going, and it is a bit skewy, but that doesn't really matter for the time being. So let's just have that so it looks like a bit of a half maintained hedge. There you go, that looks alright. And then we can have a little garden path going up here. I'll make that out of cobblestone and normal stone, I think. Like that, and then let's use some normal stone on that as well. I think this might look quite nice. There's a little old path. I still hear that polar bear. That's cool. Let's have a couple of cobble bits. Alright, yeah, so that's pretty much it, to be honest. You know, you can always add other bits, like sort of bits like that, where there's like a bit of a basement down below, or whatever you want, really. Add in as much detail as you can, I suppose. You know, you might even want to add in some bins if I can find that. Yeah, a couple of bins out the front. maybe a mailbox, because this is sort of set as like an American thing. And how did I do the mailbox before? I can't remember. Let's do it like that. That sort of makes sense there. Does that look a bit too... Do you know what? That looks alright. A nice mailbox. Does look quite posh still. And in fact, we did miss one little thing which I've just seen, and that is, of course, the chimney. And we'll have a chimney. So let's have this make sense. It would probably be a fireplace along one of these back walls. So let's have that there. 4 blocks from the side there. We'll have that coming up. Maybe one more block, like so. And then where's those wall bits? We just have something very simple up the top there. And there you have it. There's your basic townhouse for now anyway. Might change the design in the future, but I'm probably going to build quite a few of these going along there. And that mountain I'm probably going to get rid of as well eventually. So maybe next time that you guys see this world, it'll all be changed, this area. But yeah, so guys, hope you did enjoy. If you want to see some of these other buildings, here they are. You can obviously do same sort of design and techniques in loads of different sizes. But yeah, if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe, because we do these, try and get a couple out a week, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. But yeah, I've chatted enough. Thanks guys, have a nice day.